Z.A.K here, and today I'm going to be doing an overview on my all-new Ofna LX2e 1/8 scale buggy. So yeah, I got this off of Craigslist for $180 with electronics besides the servo and receiver and the battery and the charger. So yeah, I don't even need a charger or batteries because I already got some. But this thing came with an extra gear case, which I'll grab. It's kind of destroyed because the guy kind of did something. I don't know what he did. Came with a charger. No, just kidding, it didn't. It's just a box. It came with a spare A-arm, and you'll see in a minute why. Some spare steering bell cranks, which is a weak point I saw in some people's cars. And a spare front or rear diff, and a ring gear. And pinion gear. So, yeah, came with all that. Also, Proline Badlands tires and some Proline pinpoint tires, but these pinpoint tires, there's only 3 of them and there's one mismatch and it's really bald, so I'm probably going to use these on the road. Then these Proline tires, they are really great because they're Badlands and everyone runs them if you're bashing it, but I'm racing it, so I'll just bash it once in a while. But there's only one odd tire in this as well, and all the rest of them look like this, and I hate this wheel. It looks like crap. But I'll glue them onto these pink wheels, which, as you already know, pink's kind of one of my colors. I don't know why, it just looks cool, but yeah, it's all pink. Tires just different, so I'll just glue them onto these, so it looks the same when I bash. And then the tires that are on the car, whoops, car fell off. These are really similar to the Z.A.K Concept subcultures, except it's a little bit less soft, but in the middle, it's more pliable than the outside because the sidewalls are a lot thicker and harder, which won't give it as much cornering grip, but it'll give it a lot of straight line grip because the middle will just expand when you give it a throttle. So it's not the best, but it'll do for now. And I know the subcultures work really good on my dusty off-road backyard track. And yeah, so the wing, yeah, he kind of jerry-rigged it a little bit because it broke. I don't know what happened, but and then I put on some new wing buttons that I made out of some nuts and some washers, because what he had on there would not hold on the wing very well because the washers would just pull through. So I added those and it doesn't pull through anymore. All the shock springs are the same for the back. However, on the front, there's one black spring. Ooh, whoops, the camera faded. There's one black spring and one silver spring, but they're the same rate, and I don't know why or what it is. Then, as you can see glaring in the camera, they're brand new Ofna aluminum A-arms. They're machined, and I know they're brand new because there's no scratches on them, unlike the chassis. So, and the front of the body, the nose just came off on him or something. I had to tape on a little bit onto the body and poked a hole so I can at least throw on a body clip. Then right here was his antenna tube, but it looks like crap, and he did a very bad job, to be honest. And yeah, this is just the stock body you get with it. There's no window stickers. I don't know what happened to those. And then he didn't cut out the rear of the body very good. As you can see, there's still some lines where he could have cut it, but he didn't do very well. He just kind of wanted to slap it together, I guess. So, I mean, this body will last a while. It's a buggy body. It's not gonna do anything bad. At least I could do to it is spray paint flat black with some primer. Now this washer is not coming off. There we go. Now this iron grip duct tape, which is my go-to duct tape, it's kind of holding on tight there. Okay, so yeah, there's the body. Looks kind of sweet. It's yellow. It's pretty good. Never had a yellow body before. If it's green, comment. I'm colorblind. I don't know. So, yeah, here's the car. Now, I don't run it on 4S right now because I need to wire up something, and one of the batteries are kind of different than the rest because it's starting to melt the back off. I don't know how that happened. But I just put 4S LiPo in there because that's how most people run it, and I just want it to look good. I'm going to run 3S. And yeah, the ESC could take it. I'll just run it on my little track with this big car with a 3S so it won't overpower anything else. I got the stock Ofna motor in here, the 1900 kV 4-pole motor. Has braided wire, and it's really sticky for some reason, but it should last a while. He didn't have the receiver box cover, but I made it work. I hot glued an antenna on, which is for this flysky receiver, that GR3E. Then I stole my solar servo out of my slash 4x4 because the bell cranks are shot on that, and I'd rather run this. I mean, who wouldn't want to run this? But it's a Solar D771. Very great servo off Nitro ICX. Highly recommend everyone gets them. Those are just 20 bucks, and they're way better than any Savox I've ever used, to be honest. And the short ones are also good, but let's talk about the car. There are these blue aluminum countersunk washers. I don't know if they're from Team Associated or if they're just from Ofna, because the spare steering rack didn't have those, but it looks like it's from Ofna. Yeah, all the wheels are stock, I think, but I don't know about the tires because, as you can see in the pictures, these tires are definitely not the stock ones. They look like calibers that come stock. So yeah, I went over the tires. I have a Toro 160 amp ESC. I don't know. Well, the switch just fell off. I was turning it. It's hot glued on, but yeah, hot glued this on. I got these two for 75 bucks in the car for 100, and then 5 for the extras, when the deal actually was 100 for the car, 75 for the electronics. I thought that was BS, but the car runs good. Only ran it once though, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so this center diff spur gear actually snapped. Like, it just snapped in one spot, like cracked. But I could easily repair it, so I custom cut a circular brace for it, and then I JB welded everything together, so it should be way stronger than it was before. And this gear, I don't know why it's in here. There's only 2 points of contact to the center diff for the screws, and it should have 4 points of contact. But I don't know why it's in there. It's probably because it's a stock one. I saw on Tower Hobbies that now they have 4 points of contact, so I'm probably going to pick up one of those, but the problem is it's $20, but it should last. But I'm not going to pick that up right away because I want to see how this went. And if possible, guys, in the comments, could you please suggest a different spur gear that will fit directly into this Ofna LX2e, so that I can run it without having to spend $20, and if it breaks again, I can easily replace it. So, I don't know. Just something to ask. So yeah, that kind of wraps it up, but also he also has a Camber Link back here for the rear support. When I see online and pictures and stuff, it's plastic, kind of like the front one here, and everyone's been breaking and bending the chassis back here. Well, some people, not everyone. And yeah, he put this in, and it kind of warped that piece right here, as you can see I'm pointing to. But it works. It's going to stiffen it up a lot better. And I kind of like that. I'm a racer, and I don't want to bash this. And this is kind of a bashing vehicle, to be honest, but I'm racing it. And I don't know if this comes standard, but it has sway bars front and back. I don't know what kind, like what strength, but there's sway bars. Yeah, and then the bottom of the chassis, I'll show how much scratches are on it. This thing is so heavy. I'm not used to 8 scale. It's my first 8 scale. But that's how many scratches are on it. It's a fairly new car. There is one screw that's different, but it's a fairly new car. So you see those pearly white A-arms. Gunmetal, silver. Just raw aluminum look. Looks pretty good. Ah, oh, jeez, this thing's heavy. So, yeah, guys, that is my Ofna LX2e. And don't forget in the comments to leave a comment on if you know what kind of spur gear could directly fit into this diff. And now I got 2 diffs, and the front rear diff are using the same kind of design as the center diff. So if I screw something up, if I have to modify it, I definitely can. But yeah, I'd just like to know what gears would work for the spur gear, because it's kind of a pain in the butt to pay $20 for one spur gear when I'm used to paying like $7-8. I mean, don't call me cheap, but I don't want to spend money on steel spur gears all the time, and I want to find something stronger and better. I'm not the kind of guy that buys a stock part when it breaks. I'm mostly the guy that buys upgrade when it breaks, unless if it's coming to buggies and Team Associated stuff. But Traxxas and things that break way too often, I'll upgrade. So I'd like to find an upgrade for that, so then it works again. But now, long story short, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you later.